3, 2, 1. Dun 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 dun.
Hello, this is MDN, the People's News. I'm Lola Fishington, here with Bob Simpleton. How are you, Bob?
Great. Hey, did you hear about that one stupid Negro who whistled at Mrs. Bryant?
I did, Bob. Poor chap will probably be whipped.
He deserves it, too. Oh, breaking news. Emmett Till, the boy we were just talking about, has been kidnapped last night and by 3 men. More to come on this shocking event at 8.
Now in theaters, February 23rd.
Thanks, Lola. In the story Mississippi Trial 1955, there are many different key locations. We found these places on Google Maps and are using it as background. As you can see, it takes place in Mississippi, which is real. All the following places are real: Greenwood, Fume Street Bridge, Yazoo River, Tallahatchie River, Money, Pecan Point, Tallahatchie County Courthouse, Moe's Wright House, and lastly, Clint Sheridan Plantation. Greenwood is real and is located here in the middle of everything. Fume Street Bridge is in Greenwood and A little bit higher we can see Money. Here is Pecan Point where Emmett Till's body was found. Tallahatchie County Courthouse is real and is the highest point here on the map. Another key point is Moe's Wright House, which is where Emmett Till was taken from, which is located here near Money. The last location is Clint Sheridan Plantation, which is where Emmett Till was murdered. It's about 2 miles west of Drew, so about here. This proves that Chris Crow did his research, and this part of the book is real. Now let's hope the rest of the book is just as true. Now back to you, Lola.
Now, Bob, what do you think about those horrible things those people did? Do you have any evidence?
No, but he's black and he shouldn't have done it. He deserves it.
I still think it's wrong.
Oh well, it's time to go to Steve Simpleton with the plot.
Hello everybody, my name is Steve Simpleton with MDN News. Today I will be reporting the plot of Mississippi Trial 1955. The book takes place in Greenwood, Mississippi in the year of 1955. At that time, in the South, African Americans were not very liked so much.
Keep going.
Were not liked very much. So 2 men named Bryant and Milne and a mysterious man, who was Grandpa in the book, kidnapped Emmett in the middle of the night, tortured him, and murdered him in cold blood. The reason that they did this to Emmett Till is because he whistled at a white woman at a drugstore. Bryant and Milne were found innocent and were not charged, but they were arrested for kidnapping. Emmett were arrested for kidnapping Emmett before the trial. That's all for today for me, Steve Simpleton, MDN News.
Wow, thanks, Steve.
Hey, did you hear about Jess Washington?
I did. They burnt him to crisp.
I know.
That's wrong.
Oh well.
Whatever. We'll be right back, right after these messages from our sponsors.
Oh my gosh, that horrible mess is horrible. Look what the cat dragged in. OMG.
Oh my gosh, is that a George tie? You are so handsome. What is your name? Can I get your number?
OMG.
Oh my
George
gosh.
Ties by George.
Dun 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 dun.
Hi, and welcome back to MDN, the People's News. In the book Mississippi Trial 1955, there were some fake characters as well as real ones. J.W. Milam and Roy Bryant were half-brothers, and they were the people accused of kidnapping and killing Emmett Till. It said that they did that at the trial in pages 155 to 193. They did this because Emmett whistled at Roy's wife, Carolyn. Chris Crow makes them look like bad people, but in all reality, everybody in the South believed they did what was right. Emmett Till is a 14-year-old black African-American boy who was visiting from Chicago. He was accused of whistling at Carolyn Bryant, which the news report said he did, on page 121. He said that he didn't know the ways of the South, but most people in the South believed that he did, and he was just trying to cause trouble. Now for the fake characters. Hiram Hilbert and R.C. Rideout were best friends until Hiram started being mean to Emmett, or until R.C. started being mean to Emmett. like the part in the book called Terror at the River, where R.C. gutted dead fish and shoved them in Emmett's face. Hiram decided he had to stick up for Emmett by going to the trial, even though he never actually spoke. He also thought that R.C. was the third man involved in killing Emmett. R.C. was put in basically to represent the whole South, what happened down there to colored people. Grandpa believed that colors were put on this earth to work for white people, and he represents the White Citizens Council, which he was on. He was also the third man involved in killing Emmett. Hiram was a 16-year-old boy who stood up for Emmett and any other colored people in the book. He represents all the nice people in the South who care about both races. Ronnie and Ralph Remington were brothers and were neighbors to Grandpa and R.C. Rydell. They were a little delusional, but they really helped Hiram in the book. Ronnie told Hiram that Ralph saw Grandpa lend his truck to Milam and Bryant at night, and that he was the third man. Even though they're a little delusional, they were really important to Hiram, and they really helped the book come through.
Wow, Bob, that's amazing. Thanks. All around America, people are struggling to keep their heads clear of the horrible thing that the three men and woman Caroline Bryant, J.W. Milam, Roy Bryant, and the mysterious third person have done to the poor boy Emmett Till. Some of you may have seen the pictures or read it in a newspaper or local article. In the book on page 115, Hiram reads the disturbing news out of the Daily Greenwood newspaper. In the headline, a quote stated, "Chicago Negro youth abducted by 3 white men at Money." Others later, after the death and the kidnapping, saw the disfigured body in the Jet magazine. Finding this on the online site, Emmett Till, Just a Boy, AfricanOnline.com, I read that Africans around America saw the horribly disfigured body. The site, can we just merge this next part?
Keep going.
The article then quotes Mommy Till and Bradley saying, "I want the world to see what they did to my boy." The site, thedeathofemmetttill.com/A&E television networks, says authorities in Chicago and in Money, Mississippi wanted the body to be buried quickly so that no one could see what happened. But Mommy Till requested that it be brought back to Chicago for the funeral. It also says that many rallies for Black Power started after the news hit the public and back to Chicago, and many people responded in a violent way, beginning the start of the Civil Rights Movement. Another magazine article called Look Magazine came out soon, explaining the confessions of J.W. Milam and Roy Bryant. The site www.history.com/adayinhistory was published, and the article told how over 50,000 mourners came over time to see and bless Emmett's body. It also explained how the men beat and killed Emmett with a gun. The site had published the article from the magazine and said, over 1,500 people sent in letters to give feedback or just to get their story out about the killing. Thinking about civil rights movement, something similar to the book that was created all around was when Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat for white men. The site www.achievement.org/auto. gave information about Rosa Parks and how she didn't give her seat to a white man. In a newspaper, I found a quote that says, "Without the power of the newspaper and the media and people's need of conversation, Rosa Parks' bus boycott would not be an act in the civil rights movement." I compared these two things because they both are acts of hatred towards black or just plain unfair laws. All of the media, posts, newspaper articles, magazine articles, and books have led people to believe in what they want and to be a part of things and show how much people didn't believe in or did believe in Emmett Till's murder and the whole case in general. Hey Amanda, what's up?
Just writing with my boring old pen.
Really? I have a Cosmo. It's so cool and fun to write with.
Really? Can I try?
Yeah!
Whoa, that is so cool!
Cosmo!
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 Mo. Hello, and welcome back to MDN, the People's News. I'm Sarah Simpleton, and I'll be taking you into a special look on the KKK. The KKK was a white supremacy club that originated in 1865, with a second origin happening in 1915. The club totaled in at one point at around 6 million people, according to UWKKKK.com. The KKK was portrayed in a popular film from D.W. Griffith's Birth of a Nation. It was the first film to be shown in a White House, and it perceived Negroes as a nuisance, while perceiving KKK as saviors, coming in and saving the citizens from Negro harm. The Klansman, which is a writing, was what the Birth of a Nation was based off of, according to History.com. KKK was most known for wearing their white robes and white pointed hats with red crosses on them. This was most surprising to me because lots of the KKK members were actually Christians. The founders of KKK were Calvin E. Jones, John B. Kennedy, Frank O. McCord, John C. Lester, Richard R. Reed, and James R. Crow. The KKK was most known for hosting lynchings and burning crosses. They also held special meetings in their yards for ceremonies such as burning other crosses. This was most surprising to me because lots of the KKK were Christians. Bob?
Maybe I should go to one of those meetings, right?
Whatever you want. Thank you for listening to our special report on Mississippi Trial in 1955. And tune in at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning for a special report on Jess Washington. See ya! You're so biased, Eric. What is your problem?